I could divide my life neatly into two parts, before beating parasites and after. After is better. A few years ago, I made the decision to start improving my health for the sake of being more focused. I slowly started reading about different healthy diets and started to gain deeper insights about diet and nutrition. Eventually, I uncovered some of the universal truths in the world of health and nutrition. I slowly started improving my diet and seeing significant progress. I cut out junk food, white flour, and refined sugars. My mood started getting better, and I was feeling much better than before. I was less depressed, more energetic, and had a lot more clarity and focus. I kept tweaking my diet and seeing improvements. I thought I had conquered health. At that time, I was on a raw vegan diet, and I thought I was the healthiest person on earth. I still, however, had some unusual symptoms that I accepted as normal. For example, and even though I was seeing major improvements in this area, I was very often still extremely depressed, and I just attributed it to psychological factors and dissatisfaction with life. I also started itching a lot, especially around my anal area. I thought that was normal too. I had heard about parasites, but never suspected that I would have them. After all, I've been on what I thought was a perfect diet for a while. How could I have such a disease? One day, I just got sick of my itching and my depression, and started researching what could be the cause. I read somewhere that my symptoms could be related to parasites. At that time, I was ready to accept that I had parasites, and my intuition led me to do so. So I did. I cut all sugar and carbs and went on a strict diet right away. In a few days, my itch disappeared. I was baffled. All these years, I thought I was on a perfect diet, when in reality, I was doing more harm to myself than good. While I was on a raw vegan diet, I was eating abundant amounts of fruits every day, which are loaded with sugar. I thought that natural sugar is okay, and in fact healthy, so I just overdosed on fruits. I couldn't have been further from the truth. The amount of sugar I was eating caused my parasites, which I now believe I already had, since years before, to become very acute, which manifested in such symptoms as itching and the extreme depression. These symptoms all went away as soon as I cut sugar from my diet, but they would always come back when I ate a little bit of sugar. I stayed away from sugar for a while, and gradually, I started feeling much, much better. Unfortunately, I did not know most of the information that you'll find in this course, and therefore, it took me a few months of a strict zero sugar, zero carbs diet to see improvements, which was good, but not optimal. It was like I was transforming into a different person. I never thought that diet could have such an effect on one's state of mind and happiness. The biggest difference I noticed was the disappearance of my depression. Very often, I would get extremely emotional and start crying for no obvious reason. I just felt down and completely unhappy. It boggled my mind, and it happened very often that it was extremely affecting my life and my productivity. Most of the time, I couldn't get anything done because I was too depressed. After I cut out the sugar, all that went away. I continued educating myself about diet, health, and parasites. I constantly worked on improving my health. The symptoms still came up when I ate any amount of sugar, but I felt such a huge difference that I didn't mind them every once in a while. As I continued to learn more about parasites, I started taking some antiparasitics to kill the parasites, which worked to an extent. I was slowly, but steadily, making progress. I kept seeing small improvements over time. However, I would still get the symptoms back whenever I ate anything sweet, even if it was literally a handful of berries. I knew that something was still wrong and needs to be fixed. So I researched more. I kept asking experts on the topic and reading books until someone shared their experience with me. He told me you could never get rid of parasites completely until you remove the mercury fillings in your mouth and detoxify the mercury from your body. That was the most significant health discovery I ever came across. Mercury was the culprit, not sugar. As I pondered this further and read books on the topic like The Toxic Time Bomb, Mercury Amalgam, Dental Fillings by Sam Ziff, it struck me that I started having my unusual depression and crying attacks very shortly after I had my first mercury fillings. Ever since then, I was inflicted with a deadly depression that I endured for years without knowing what was wrong with me. My mother had mercury fillings too, and thus she was also mercury poisoned. She passed some of that toxicity on to me, which potentially explains some of my weird behaviors during my early years. I already had my mercury fillings removed before knowing this, but I never knew that I had to proactively detoxify and chelate the mercury from my body. The doctor who removed my fillings said that it would just go away by itself, which was wrong. I still had a considerable level of mercury in my bloodstream, which is why I was never able to get rid of parasites completely, no matter how extremely hard I tried. Parasites will never leave if mercury is present. They feed on mercury. And so I kept researching, learning, and educating myself, not only about parasites and mercury, but also about how to have infinite amounts of energy and have the best possible health I could ever have. I wanted to be bouncing off the walls with the energy of a newborn. As time went by, and as I researched and read every health book I could lay my hands on, and attended every health seminar I could, I started putting the pieces of the puzzle together. I found out ways to quickly detoxify mercury from my body. I learned how to strengthen my immune system to the point that would make eliminating the parasites a no-brainer. I discovered so many things that had a great effect on my health, and started doing most, or all of them, every day. That was when I won the battle against parasites and started experiencing a level of health that I never thought was possible. It was, and still is, unbelievable. Through my battle with parasites, I learned how important it is to remove such toxins from our bodies and the significance of our diets in our lives. We truly are what we eat. The food we eat from day to day directly affects how good we feel, the things we manifest in our lives, the people we attract, and how much drive we have to accomplish our goals. Months later, and as I reflected back on my experience with parasites, mercury, and diet, I started offering people advice on how to eliminate their parasites. I was offering them information that I wish I had known when I first started. I realized that I knew about several cutting-edge strategies that, if combined together and done simultaneously, would have a dangerously powerful effect on parasites and completely eliminate them from the body. These strategies make up the Parasites Relief program, which you can download right now and be reading within 5 minutes, and be on your way to curing your symptoms and having your life back. Surely by now, you're wondering what all this is going to cost. And I'm not going to even think about asking you if you deserve the very best, because we both know the answer to that question. So what I've done for you is pack together the Rolls-Royce of health programs at a price that's very affordable. When you take into account the medication and doctor's fee you'll most likely be giving away as your health improves, both now and in the future, then it would be fair to say that your pockets will be miles ahead on a monthly basis. Be sure to always seek your doctor's blessings first before making any medicinal changes. Plus, if you consider that you'll have more creative energy to get so much more done in every area of your life. With that said, then this program could well be one of the best investments you'll ever make. And don't forget the biggest one of all. You get to enjoy optimal health to live your life without the unnecessary struggle and pain. Tell me, what would you give to be able to cleanse your body of the excess freeloaders that you no longer want? If you knew you could get guaranteed results and you could truly have the health and vitality that you've always wanted, would that be worth $1,000 to you? Would it be worth $500 or even $300? When you look back and reflect on how many times you wished you would learn more about common internal parasites, or how often you envision your ideal body, isn't that worth every penny? Well, here's the good news. I'm not going to charge you anywhere near $1,000, or $500, or even $100. You can have my Parasites Relief, How to Destroy Your Parasites in 30 Days or Less, 125-page ebook for a one-time low investment of just $47. So make today the day when you get rid of your parasites once and for all by following my steps in this information-packed ebook. Most people will spend hundreds of dollars, month after month after month, on expensive vitamins or high-priced medications from doctors that simply do not work. For you, it is smarter, faster, and more effective to invest the low one-time cost of only $47 and no more to pay, and enjoy your life like you used to, with no more parasites. Plus, in addition to the already outstanding value you're getting with this ebook, I'm going to throw in these exclusive bonuses that are not offered anywhere else. Bonus number 1, beauty foods. You'll discover hidden beauty food secrets that reveal your most radiant, natural, and glowing skin. Bonus number 2, fat-burning foods. You'll discover the most powerful foods for burning fat and losing weight you've never heard of. Bonus 3, keep menopause away. You'll learn how to keep menopause and andropause away. So click the Access eBook button and discover the answers now. If the Parasite Cleanse is not absolutely everything I claim it to be, send me an immediate email, and I will not only give you a prompt, no hassle, no questions asked 100% refund, but I will even let you keep all the bonuses as my way of saying thank you for trying Parasites Relief. So click the Access eBook button and discover the answers now.